Hello, happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Small Business Leaders. And today we have the pleasure of having Katharina Huang, indie author and travel adventure puzzle game book author. And she's a former tech person who worked at, of all places, Workday and Reddit. Reddit is kind of all the rage now since it went public. Um, And
Yeah.
maybe Katie likes to go by short, I guess. There's a problem with some of the regional banks today with cybersecurity and fraud, and maybe Katie could take that on from all of her tech background. We don't know, but let's learn more about Katie. Uh, it's great welcome to have you on the show today.
Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome. So, the ultimate indie author hack from Adobe InDesign to Shopify SEO. Uh, what does it really make to pen ourselves our own career?
Um, I think it comes from two different aspects. One is I hang with a lot of like writers groups. So that's where I learn how to do, like indie publishing, trying to take care of all of the book production by myself. But at the same time, a lot of authors are not that interested in e-commerce and marketing, like running the business side of things. So
Okay.
I was kind of like that, but like I think marketing is growing on me. I joined a few like e-commerce, just like Facebook groups and Alignable where we actually met. There's a lot more talk about how to gain visibility, and so I learned a lot about doing business in that second category. So I guess you have to put both together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up in three different countries.
Oh man, yeah.
Can you tell about your experience in Taiwan?
Yeah, of course. I lived in Taiwan the longest, and my parents are both Taiwanese. That's kind of why. Yeah, it's interesting. So, okay, backtrack a little bit. I was born in Germany. It was still West Germany at that time. And then when I was 3, we moved to California, lived a couple years. My dad was teaching at Berkeley. And then we went back to Taiwan. I was pretty young at that time. We went back to Taiwan when I was like before 8 years old. And then I did most of my schooling in Taiwan. Uh, Honestly, in the beginning, it was kind of hard. Like I didn't know the culture. I didn't know how to hold chopsticks. There's a lot of food I'm like really afraid of. Like if you have seen tropical vegetable, it looks very different than just your plain broccoli. Um, yeah, so was a bit of a cultural shock. I would say back then, okay, so I'm like a early millennial, and so back then there's not that many people for me to like connect to. Um, Nowadays I'm sure it's different. But like back then I feel like I was just in the dark trying to figure out what to do by myself most of the time. But after a few years, I mean, obviously I assimilated and I was speaking fluent Mandarin by the time of middle school. And
Oh, wow.
so
Congratulations.
thank you. I think it's honestly easier for kids because you're structured into, classrooms, you hang with people every day. Yeah, it would be different if I had gone back, say like after college or something. It would be completely different. But yeah, for kids it was fine. And then I was kind of just like living a Taiwanese life, food-wise, language-wise, cultural-wise. And then I kind of wanted to come back to the US, see if there's like more to do. My
What
parents
city,
actually,
what city were you in Taiwan?
Taipei.
Oh, Taipei. Oh, the big
Yes.
city.
Yeah. My dad got a job there. That's why we moved there. They were actually not from there. They were from like more southern. They were from two different towns, my dad and my mom. But I've never got to live in their towns. I only had experience with Taipei, which is, like it's a gigantic city. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I mean, I finished my undergrad in Taiwan, and then came to Michigan to do my grad school and kind of
Okay.
just stayed. Yeah.
So your dad taught at Berkeley. What did he teach?
Okay, so interestingly, he was in horticulture, but he's actually a lab person. So he's doing like, oh my God, I'm gonna butcher this, but like he's doing some kind of plants genetics. He's trying to like modify the plant's genetics so that they can take on some kind of like humans vaccine. They at some point, I remember they were trying to like figure out if there is a way for people to like just ingest orally, like ingest fruit or something to gain the vaccine's effect. I have no idea how that went. But yeah, that's kind of what he does, like the plant's genetics.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
It is. It's very technical.
So that kind of ties in a way to veg out. Your dad works with vegetables, and you have a company called Vegout Voyage.
Very interesting. Never thought about it that way. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did you come up with your title?
My title. So I guess it's kind of related to, I was very cross-cultural. Uh, I don't know why, but I'm just like so intrigued and curious about, there are different societal norms everywhere across, the globe. And I was always very curious about these things and like trying to figure out the comparison, like why are we similar? What's the differences? And that to me is probably partly survival instinct and partly I'm just a very curious person. And so after I grew up, I was kind of dabbling in similar areas. I was doing international survey research. And then after that, survey research is pretty niche. There's not a lot of job opportunities. So I kind of pivoted to what I was already good at, the quantitative side of things, doing analysis. For example, if people have like nationwide questionnaires sent out, they will need people to look at the statistics, and I decided to go into that area.
Okay.
And I guess I was lucky when I graduated from University of Michigan. That was around the time like the whole data science, machine learning buzzword was like on the up and up. And so naturally, I went into that, especially like after my partner got a job in California. We moved to California, and like everyone was talking about, like machine learning, learning Python, coding. And so I kind of went into that. I liked it. I really liked it until COVID, I felt like I was burnt out.
Oh,
And
okay.
and yeah, and I was like, no, I have to take a step back and not do this for a while. And so it was actually after I left tech, I needed to come up with some way to help pay our mortgage. And I was like, you know what? I never really thought uh survey research could be a career, but now that everyone is doing like their own thing on internet, I wanted to try in my own way. So that's kind of what I came up with. I love gamifying things, and so I felt like puzzle is something I know how to do. And then the puzzle will lead into, educating people about different cultures. Uh, Going in from travel, I think it's very accessible point. And then the online resources, it's free, it's low cost. I think it's also accessible. So I just wanted to combine things I know, and that's how it came to be.
So what it says here that your dad had a stroke. How is he doing now?
Oh, thanks for asking. Um, yeah, it's been quite a few years already, so we are, I don't know if used to it is the right word, but it has become our norm. Uh, he won't recover completely
Oh,
ever.
I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear that.
It's yeah. I feel bad for my mom because my parents still live in Taiwan. They didn't really want to come back to the US when I came back. They have established life there and
Uh-huh.
yeah, so then they retired there, and unfortunately the moment my mom retired, my dad's health went downhill. So she didn't really get any break. She just went into like a full-time caretaker mode, and she is still the caretaker, hospital runs and like physical therapy and stuff like that. So honestly, I didn't feel like I did much. I just feel bad for my
Okay.
mom. Yeah.
So let me just digging into your kind of bio here. Uh,
Okay.
where where have you traveled to? It says travel means a lot to you.
Yeah, I think for me, travel is not only, vacations because I lived in a few different countries. Travel to me is like understanding how people feel and not just the sights. Um, yeah. Yeah, so I guess that's my main point when I said that in my bio. When I came up with the idea of Vegout Voyage, I mean Vegout it's a very funny slang that kind of indicates that we're not going anywhere. It's not like physically active. And what I wanted to convey is that there are different ways of travel. Like you can read a book and understand how, say people in Nigeria feel. And to me, that's also travel. It's going to let you see different things compared to physical travel, but you are still seeing new things, and that's what I want people to know. There's a lot to explore that's like free online
Yeah,
nowadays.
you're
And
experiencing somebody else's journey.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think it's not just fun, it also gives us more ideas and perspective to handle our own problems in our lives. So I thought it was interesting.
So you what was your book based on?
So I have
What's the title of it? Maybe you could
Armchair
introduce it
Iceland.
to everybody.
Armchair Iceland is my newest release. Go get it.
That's
Shoot.
awesome.
I'm not doing a good job making it show up. But yeah.
Yeah, I think we see it. We see the crossword puzzle there.
hmm And then the Iceland's like glacier
Uh-huh.
somewhere in the yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Zoom, cooperate.
And then the dice.
Uh-huh. So I have one basically, I'm trying to do variety puzzles, which means that every page will have like different puzzle types, like from crossword to like rolling dices, doing role play, and there are easier ones. So, for example, like you go across mazes to figure out different locations. I also have trivia and yeah, truth and false, a lot of different things. Yeah,
Where can you find your book?
You can find it on Amazon. You can also find it on my website called vegoutvoyage.com. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for letting me plug this.
How long did it take you to do your book?
Let's see. So I want to say a year, but the writing itself didn't take that long. I had a lot of like learning to do in terms of book formatting.
Okay,
So formatting, it requires specific softwares if you want to do it professionally, which I had no idea about like 2 years ago. But because my book is a little bit more complicated, it has a lot of illustrations, it has, like the
right.
puzzles. And so I then realized I gave myself a really difficult task. And so what ended up happening is that I took 3, 4 months off just to learn how to do things in Adobe Creative Suite. It has a few different softwares. One is book formatting and one is, like illustrations, drawing inside the Creative Suite. And so I mainly learned those two and formatted my own book. So I'm pretty proud of it, but I collaborated with other illustrators too. I cannot draw for the life of me.
And how did you decide which games to put in your book and what not to put in your book?
Ah, it's interesting. I usually go with the travel research first.
Okay.
And so I think I did that for three months. I kind of figured out an outline of what most North American travelers will want to see and a few like hidden gems. So for example, I was like contacting Icelandic YouTubers trying to figure out something more interesting, you know? Yeah, so I combined those two and then came up with like a outline for what I wanted to say. And then the puzzle come after that. There's some of the puzzles are easy to integrate into things. So one example I can say is that I have a chapter that's connect the dots. And I mean, it's a kid's game, right? But the connect the dots in the end, it will come up with an image that's an actual statue that's pretty famous in one of the cities. And so I thought it would be interesting to include that. There are a few others that's like harder to combine with puzzles and those took some time for me to figure out like, oh, how do I want to do it? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that's awesome. So I notice on Instagram you've gone to a couple of, I'm not sure if they're trade shows or could you tell us a little bit about those and if you're going to be appearing at more, or if people could come and meet you somewhere?
Oh, in person. Um, Yeah, so the trade show, since Armchair Iceland released in August, I was kind of in, like the promotion mode.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah, I went to some of the art fairs. I had a booth there and just like showcasing my book and a few other, for example, other puzzles for my newsletter and stuff like that. Um, I definitely want to do more. I don't have anything scheduled right now. For the next 2 months, I have a conference, a author conference in Las Vegas I'm going to in
Oh,
November.
wow.
So
That's incredible.
yeah, I was hearing that Vegas changed quite a bit, so I'm very curious to go back and see how it's like. I want to see a show or two. Yeah, so if you're in Vegas, hit me up. And then after that, it's mostly, hanging with family because holiday season, in-laws coming. So it's actually more chill for me towards the end of year.
You know where we met at Zenti Bistro,
Yeah, Hayward,
Carolina Bowl?
yeah.
They
Hmm.
they do have trade events there once a month.
Oh my God, I was actually hearing about it. Didn't they just have one like yesterday?
It's possible.
Oh my God. Yeah, I
I'll
definitely want to
reach
go
out to
there.
Tina and see if I can get a flyer for you.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah. Are you going?
Um, well, interesting. We had a meeting there yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and there wasn't a single lady who showed up. It was all men.
Oh my God, really?
Uh-huh.
I should go there and balance the scale.
There you go.
Yeah, what kind of like industries were there yesterday?
I think there was a business broker. He buys businesses.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
there was an AI company. There was financial company. I can't remember all of them, but those were a few of the companies.
Were they all like people participating in Alignable like us? Or
Yeah, they
or is
were
it
all
everywhere?
in Alignable, from
Oh,
Alignable.
interesting. Yeah, I would
So
like to
what
do
do you
more.
like to do in your spare time?
My spare time, I'm also a musician.
Oh, you're a musician.
Yes.
Well, what kind of instrument do you play?
I sing. I
Oh, you
sing
sing?
in I sing in choirs and I also sing in my boyfriend's band. So we have a
Oh,
few gigs coming up for the holiday season and we're like practicing for that right now.
oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I really like it. It's like, I mean, if you like heavier music, then come to our show. We gig around the north side of California, just like around the Bay Area. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that we didn't talk about today you'd like to share with our audience?
No, I just kind of feel bad that I didn't really talk about any finance or advice on money.
Well, that's quite all right. Like if you were going to travel anywhere right now, where would you like to go?
Mm. So, top of my mind, we're going to Tokyo for Christmas. And
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Tokyo at Christmas. We were there one Christmas,
Yeah.
and all the stores were open because they don't really celebrate Christmas there. So it was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that's we kind of like we're doing our research. I've never been to Japan. This is my first time. And so, yeah, ChatGPT told us you will see things during Christmas, but like everything will close down like on January 1st. That's what they said.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did you like it? What did you see?
Yeah, we loved it. And then my daughter and my wife did a cruise to Japan where they went to some other like Kyoto and some other cities, and they really loved it. It was during the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Oh, gotta be beautiful. Yes. We want to see snow and then I want to be in hot springs. They call it onsen. Yeah. What else? I want to eat everything. And my partner wants to see, like the anime stuff.
Okay,
So, yeah, we have a packed schedule. Um, yeah, so anyways, Tokyo is top of my mind. Where else would I recommend? I mean,
Iceland.
Iceland is great, but like you have to know that in the winter there's not that much sunlight and there's also you ha like say you rent a car, practice driving in snow or just like on wet grounds. Just make sure you know how to do that safely and have maybe a phone number of, emergency car rescue. Yeah. Otherwise, go in the summer. It's a beautiful country. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Um,
Yeah.
so your website is www.vegoutvoyage.com.
Yes, it's just one word, Vegout Voyage. You don't even need to put the three W's for some
Okay.
reason. Yeah.
And is there any other way to contact you?
Yeah, so I mean, since I'm just like a one person doing my stuff, I am the one who will reply to you always. If you reach out to Vegout Voyage, it's me.
Do you have
My
an email where people can contact you?
Yes, my email is hello at Vegout Voyage, same domain name. Um, I personally, I'm mostly on Instagram, but I also have, Facebook pages for Vegout Voyage. Um, where else am I on? Those are the main places. I mean, I'm around. I'm around. Come find me. Um, I'm on Amazon. I mean, Amazon authors have like a Kindle Direct Publishing author page, and so I kind of by default have that as well. If you want to leave a book like review, I will be very happy. Somehow that helps the algorithm. It's just so annoying that you're not really talking to human most of the time. But yeah, that's how our world works right now.
Well, Katharina, or Katie for short, thank you so much for joining Saturday Small Business Leaders. And we just hope that your book goes out there and starts booming in sales.
Oh,
And
thanks.
we appreciate having you on. You're such a breath of fresh air. You have a beautiful smile and you have a great opportunity in front of you.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for inviting me here. Yeah, it was fun.
It's a pleasure having you.